Alright, I got All Pro Football 2k8 here. I want to really break down a play for you guys. Before I get into it, I do want to show you that it is the fourth quarter. Hopefully you can see that. The score is 16-20, so the home team has to score a touchdown in order to win. You can see it's 4th and 3 with 3 seconds left. Going to go back down here and take a look at the player interactions across the board on this play. Now, the first thing I do want to let you guys know is the end zone. I know it's a little hard to see, is right there. The shadows cast in this stadium make it real difficult, but it's roughly about 4 yards past the first down marker. So another important thing to point out is this was a hurry-up, and oftentimes in this game, when you do hurry up, more prevalent at any point with your kickers than with anything else, your players do tend to make dumb little mistakes. As you'll see here, when Steve Young drops back, he actually runs into Roger Craig there, while Roger Craig goes to run his route. First thing we want to look at, and the good thing is you can see it really actually does affect Steve Young. He runs into him and then he has to kind of side skirt around him and run back a little further than maybe he wanted to. So in Madden, sometimes you're real likely to see motion shifting at that point. The other thing I want to focus in on is the line play. As you can see, nobody's got defensive stars or offensive stars on the line. This is Pete Metzelaars over here. It's a tight end in case you're wondering. Going to go ahead and take a look at the interactions these guys have. Everybody picks up a man. When my linebacker comes in here and blitzes, you can see the fullbacks right there to come up, meet him in the gap. First thing we're going to take a look at over here is Lem Barney and Rob Moore. Now, to be honest with you, I never liked the idea of a bronze receiver beating a silver tier corner. But in this game, I kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because my corners aren't programmed simply to mirror the route of the wide receiver or run the route of the receiver before they do, like you see in Madden. So there are going to be instances, especially in man coverage, where any defensive back is liable to be beat on a double move. You can see jams him off the line. That's something I had put in for Lem to do. I pressed my corners down in this situation. You can see Lem goes to play inside, which is the proper thing to do when you're covering a receiver. And then there you see when Rob Moore goes to run out, Lem Barney turns around. Procedural awareness is going to be very evident throughout this whole play. Lem Barney goes to run out, and then you can see he keeps his head on his receiver, realizes that it's a double move. He has to plant back and come across to cover his man. Again, I'm not real high up on, lower level players beating higher level players, but in this example, in a double move man situation, it's part of football, and I can deal with it. So there you see Rob Moore makes the catch, does a spin move. As the exact second, I actually try to dive and tackle him. Not a problem. So I can deal with the missed tackle. Now, I want to go over here real quick, take a look at the safety. It's a generic safety, playing one deep safety. So, again, I played safety, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but I can look at what happens in these games and at least put my real-world perspective of what I think the players are doing and reacting to. Some of you agree with that, some of you might not. But nevertheless, in Madden, I have a real hard time applying real football knowledge and real football logic and then putting it on Madden players and seeing them react the same way. So you see here the safety is going to go over and shade this side of the field. Now, I don't know exactly why he would do that. I assume because over here is Don Maynard, the team's best receiver, and Rod Woodson. So you may want to go ahead and just lean toward the best receiver on the team and know that on the other side, Lem Barney can probably take care of Rob Moore, even though that doesn't happen. Now you can watch, again, the procedural awareness here. The head tracking stays with the halfback right there. Right there, and then you can see he turns over and looks, and he actually makes direct eye contact, you can see, with Rod Woodson, and Rod Woodson has got beat by Don Maynard. So now the safety decides to pursue Maynard. We're going to, just one quick second over here, take a look at Metzelaars' route. He runs back. He's got Terry McDaniel. McDaniel, again, the procedural awareness, keeps his head on his man and then runs the route with him. Wish he would have ran a little closer, but at that point the ball's been thrown. And do want to go ahead and take 1 second and take a look at how that generic linebacker back here deals with Roger Craig. You can see he stays in his position. and then picks up Roger Craig, and back to where we were. This is when the safety decides to pursue Don Mater. Now, the important part of this is the catch is about to be made. You can see over there in the middle of your screen, Rob Morris just made the catch. Both the safety and Rod Woodson continue to play. A lot of times in Madden you don't see this. There you see the missed tackle with the spin. And here you see an instance in Madden where you know Pro Tack would engage. And in Madden, this game is over. They're going to score and I'm going to lose. But in All-Pro Football, momentum, physics, weight seem to mean a lot more. And my players aren't going to come and try to hug Rob Moore and let him force his way into the end zone. They're going to come and tackle him like they mean it and end the play. So as you can see, even though there's a little warping, again, I can deal with the warping as long as it's collision-based, not hugging-based. You can see one player goes low. You can actually see Rod Woodson come down here and wrap up the legs. And there you see the strong safety, Killen, comes in and hits high and puts an end to this game about 4 yards out of the end zone. So another good example across the board of how this game really does simulate football. Going to go and do this one time at speed from Rob Moore's perspective. And then I'll probably do another video like this in the future. There you see the catch, the missed tackle. Very good pursuit angles, very good awareness, and again, the ability to go back, look at players and how they react, and apply real-world logic. Whether you agree with my examples or not, you still do have the ability to go back in this game and apply some type of logical decision for how these players react as the play unfolds. And in this case, you see a defensive stop leads to an end of a game and a victory for the away team.